Big Show gets his shot against the WWE champion Randy Orton rather than Triple H because fuck it, they just want to drag this out a little bit and they can't depend on Daniel Bryan being in every single match. So the smart way to go is to have these two face off against each other, and that's what we're going to see here. And the smart way to go with the finish, in my mind at the very least, is you have to have Randy Orton win here. He desperately needs that win because he doesn't have that much of a credibility right now with losing match after match with Daniel Bryan, or just looking like shit against Daniel Bryan but winning because of interference or anything like that. So we need exactly what Triple H had mentioned on Raw, which is no interference, no cheating, no bullshit kind of tactics. We need Randy Orton to just flat out beat Big Show. Because if he's going to go into WrestleMania as the WWE champion, and if it's going to mean something, he needs to spend these next few months and the next 3 pay-per-views after this one looking like a legitimate champion. And they're not going to be able to do that if he loses again to Big Show, especially because they're probably going to have another match at TLC. And if he has this half-assed win here and then a half-assed win at TLC, moves on to somebody else at Royal Rumble, then just gets thrown into some kind of pointless match or whatever at Elimination Chamber, that's going to do nothing for WrestleMania. So I think 100% Randy Orton winning here, retaining the title, and winning with at least some kind of a boost to credibility. And passing along to everybody else, Drew, what do you think is going to happen?
I think Randy Orton will end up winning this match. Hopefully that's the case. And Big Show has been doing, honestly, in the past year and a half, he's had some pretty good Big Show matches. So I really think this is going to be one of those good Big Show matches, if you call a Big Show match good. But the build for this match, people have been like hating on it because, it's taken the spotlight away from Daniel Bryan. But, Daniel Bryan was going to be taken out of the spotlight eventually. So at least they built something for after that makes sense. People don't like it maybe because it's Big Show, but I don't really care for it. I don't like Randy Orton too lot, and I sure as hell don't like Big Show. And as of that, I don't really care about this match. I care more about Triple H, to be honest with you, than this match. So hopefully this match doesn't get like 15 minutes and they keep it short.
Steven?
This is a match I really don't give a fuck about. I think it's a bad move if you take the title off Orton, especially if he's going to drop it to Big Show. I don't know how he's going to win, but I'm guessing we're meant to forget that these two guys had a match where Orton beat him clean at Extreme Rules, right? But whatever.
Remember, Wago, the average wrestling fan only has a memory span of 3 months.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Orton takes this win. I'm not sure how he's going to do it, but I'm sure it'll be some type of fuck finish.
Miguel?
Yeah, Orton's gonna win. I'll say this about the build: it's actually been really good. I think the build up for Big Show as a contender to Randy Orton has actually been really, really good. At least by comparison to Daniel Bryan's build up, Big Show has come out to huge fan reaction. He's looked like a strong babyface. He's believable. This is probably the hottest Big Show has been in terms of a main event caliber matchup. I don't know where this is going to go. I guess you can milk this at least to TLC. I don't know if they're going to have like an actual TLC match between these two. But I do think that Big Show is just there just to make Randy Orton look bigger. My only question is, where do you go from here? I honestly don't see anybody else in that roster be fitting into that spot unless they either are going, maybe Randy Orton turns on Triple H and it builds up to a matchup with those two, which God help me if that becomes the WrestleMania main event. I don't know. I'm kind of dreading this matchup because I really don't know where this can go after it finishes. But Big Show is not going to be. This isn't a feud that's going to last long. TLC at most. I think Randy Orton's going to go over.
Sean?
I reckon Randy Orton's going to win because the lights are going to go out. You're going to hear the 3 Undertaker dongs, and the lights go out. The lights come back on.
Dong.
The dong.
The dong. And the lights come back on, and Big Show is down, and Randy Orton pins the Big Show, end of match, and then that sets up something. I don't know. I'm telling you now, Undertaker's making a return. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to do it in Survivor Series.
With all the talk that we've had with Paul on the post show for Raw, talking about how we're all staring at Biggie Langston's, his Big D Langston, if we were calling it from earlier.
Oh my god! It's like a
Undertaker
freaking Godzilla monster movie. Big E's giant cock versus Undertaker's 3 dongs.
There's a fan fiction about that somewhere on the internet. I'm sure of it.
Oh my goodness.
Rule 34. It's gonna end up happening.
Yeah. But clearly, I'm still betting that they're saving Undertaker for John Cena. I think that's going to be the money main event for WrestleMania 30. Cena versus Taker for the title.
The Dong versus the title.
There's nothing left. I mean, what do you do with John Cena? Do you go for thrice in a lifetime?
Sheamus.
Honestly.
Yes.
Or have they already had three in a lifetime? Or was it only just 2?
Just
2.
Unless you count the one with the Miz.
Oh, no one counts that one. Unless they do that, I don't know what else you do with John Cena, and The Undertaker just makes too much sense. That's one of the last big matches you can have for WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I was getting the idea they'd do Brock and Undertaker. Don't get me wrong, I think Cena versus Undertaker makes more sense than Brock and Taker. In fact, I don't want to see Brock and Taker because I think Brock will kill him.
Yeah.
But, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Peyton, what do you think about this match? Do you think Orton's coming out with the title or Big Show?
Well, first off, I think it's very telling that every single person on this panel has started off what they're saying with a groan. So, allow me to do my...
What a rush.
Well,
That didn't sound authentic. I think you liked the match.
you know what? I'm not as big of a hater of Big Show being in the main event scene as I've seen a lot of other people being. I think Big Show is that kind of guy that you can slot in there at any time. You don't even really need a reason. He's a giant. He's the modern-day equivalent of Andre the Giant. It's lost some of its luster because back in the day you could do things with Andre the Giant, like sending him away to a different territory when he's starting to get overbearing, and then he becomes fresh when he comes back. Sadly, you can't really do that these days, but still, Big Show is still a guy. He's a giant. He can go in there and he could freaking have a chance of beating whoever your champion is at any time and being deserved of it. But I'm not seeing him having a real chance here, though. I'm thinking Randy Orton is just going in with this as a person to make him look stronger, as you were saying, Tony. And because of that, I think Randy Orton needs to not only win, I think he needs to humble Big Show in this match.
He needs to butt rape him?
Yeah. No, I think Big Show has spent a lot of this gaining his free will and becoming strong as his own person. I think Randy Orton needs be the guy who takes him down a peg now on behalf of the Authority. Something for Triple H to come up and pat Randy Orton on the belly for.
That'd be great if that was like the way that the pay-per-view ends. Not only did the babyface lose, but it just ends with Randy Orton sitting there holding up his championship, he's smiling and whatever. The referee's holding up Randy Orton's hand. On the opposite side, you see Triple H, and he's just patting Orton's belly. He's just rubbing
WWE
it.
logo comes up in the corner and fade.
Yeah.
Who's a good little Orton?
So essentially, we're all on the same page here, and depending upon what happens over the next day, really, we're going to end up having our final predictions that are going to affect the fantasy league. And if you are keeping track of that, you should know what's going to happen because this is one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. And if not, Peyton, fill us in on what this means.
All right, well, as you know, we have a fantasy league going on with all the hosts of both this show and Keeping Kayfabe, the podcast that I am a host of. And what's going on right now is we're doing this 4 times a year. Well, 3 times a year, actually, at the other big pay-per-views that are not WrestleMania. We're doing it for SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Royal Rumble. What we're doing is every host will be picking their predictions for this show. And the more predictions that you get right, the more points that you get. The person with the most points overall is going to get the opportunity to do what we're calling the shake-up. Essentially what this is that they're going to be allowed to swap a person from their team with another person's team as long as they are of the same draft order, like they're in the first position or the second position or the third position. So as long as they're matching, they can be traded. And as a matter of fact, it doesn't even need to be someone from their team. So if a person is happy with their team and they win the predictions contest, they can troll somebody else and swap someone off their team to give them somebody lame.
So who gets Del Rio is the big question.
I'm pretty sure at this point it's all looking like everything's going to be putting Del Rio on Tony's team.
Damn it.
Can we just all make a pact? Whoever wins puts Del Rio on Tony's team.
But here's the thing, that would put Daniel Bryan on the first place team.
There you go. So do you want to have a chance at passing me, or do you want to give this all to Team Drew?
Smiley face.
Well, let's not forget that the first shakeup, which happened at SummerSlam, was won by Tony himself, and that involved taking from the same team that Drew controls now, formerly owned by Mr. Chris Jester, is taking CM Punk and giving it Christian. And since that time, Christian has not been seen nor heard of. CM Punk not doing anything exceptional, but still getting a lot of solid wins on TV and getting points for Team Tony.
I got a question. Like, I'm pretty sure that a lot of us have had the exact same predictions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what happens then? Who gets it?
In the case that we have a tie with points, we will have a tiebreaker the following night on Monday Night Raw.
Rock, paper, scissors?
No.
I'm gonna laugh if everyone gets the same predictions on Raw too.
I'm going to spoil my thing right now that if I end up winning this, I'm trading either Dolph Ziggler for John Cena or Randy Orton.
Oh, kiss off.
Or there's a possibility that I still might trade either The Miz or Bray Wyatt for somebody else. And if I trade The Miz, he's clearly going with Roman Reigns. If I trade Bray Wyatt, he's clearly going with Big E Langston. So Team Burhan and Team Jester, for every one of those, they're in the eye line for me.
Well, for one, it's the Drew crew now, and two, you're definitely getting Del Rio if I win now.
Wow, you called him out. So since we're talking about fantasy league stuff, you want to just do a points rundown too? Take down
Sure.
any other business? I got the point scores up here. So just to run it down, currently in last place is Miguel Leon with 210 points. However, it's not a distant last. Finally, the last few places are in a really good competition with each other because just above him, sixth place is Mr. Steven Huego with 230 points. Now, not too far ahead of him. Excuse me?
Go Team Stoner, go.
Not too far ahead of him is Mr. Braden Mayhew's team with 245. Now, here's where we make a little bit of jump. In fourth place, myself, Mike Payton, with 420 points. Word. In third place, Mr. Michael Burhan's team with 650 points, getting a little bit of a bump with Mr. Biggie Langston winning that title recently. In second place, Tony Mango with 745 points.
Word.
And in first place, the Drew crew with 920 points, tearing it up. Drew.
Is it possible I can make a substitution this week?
Actually, yes, I was just about to say we can make some substitution business. However, Miguel, you are not first in priority right now. As a matter of fact, Tony Mango, you have priority at the moment.
Ooh.
Why?
I didn't even think about this.
How does the order look right now? Payton, I need an order. Who's second?
Second would be Miguel.
You know what? Go ahead, Miguel. I don't have anybody I want to trade.
All right. Let me go back to my list. Okay. I think I might have been a little bit too rash because it looks like they're still having this guy win matches. So I think I'm going to take back one of my old picks and swap it out for one that was a little bit reluctant. I'm going to get rid of Kane and I'm going to bring back Ryback. Given his win against Khali this week, and he won against Khali, right? I'm not mistaken, am I?
He was beat by Khali a week before, but you know.
They're still giving him wins, and Kane isn't doing anything else right now that he's got that authority gimmick. So, and honestly, I can't think of anybody else. Is there a list of people that aren't drafted yet? Do we have like a side list?
No, you go to WWE.com and you see the full roster. But we're not taking time to like research.
Okay,
it.
yeah. Kane for Ryback. I'm gonna take Ryback back.
Okay, excellent.
No, I
Next
just-
on the list would be Mr. Steven Huego.
All right, I'll drop Wade Barrett for Kane.
Really?
Yep, fuck Barrett.
Interesting. Okay.
Where's Drew White on this list?
You are next, actually.
Okay, do I still have Titus O'Neil?
Yes.
You do still have Titus O'Neil.
Okay, I'm gonna drop him and I'm gonna pick up Wade Barrett.
Now who's gonna pick up Titus O'Neil?
I'm not. But I will be
Can
making
we just
a
give it to Team
substitution.
Mayhew?
No, I'm going to be making a substitution, though. And I think this is very appropriate. I am going to be substituting Kofi Kingston for Xavier Woods.
Oh.
Ah, that's a damn good idea.
I take my back. I'm just
Too
kidding.
late.
Can I do does anyone else not want to make another substitution?
I'm going to, but you have a right to before me.
I was gonna.
I'm not, so it goes to Miguel next.
.com. Let me just pull up WWE.com.
Oh, my
I
God,
got it.
you know who's there. Come on.
Come on, we know you're gonna pick El Torito.
Come on, you know you want to.
I don't even know what my team is for the most
Can
part.
we have a time limit on this one?
I'm not.
Tick tock.
Well, can
Wait a
can we make ours first and you make yours?
No. You know what? I really can't see anybody else on there, but I really want to swap out Antonio Cesaro.
I'll trade you Antonio Cesaro for Curtis Axel.
No,
Oh,
Curtis
actually-
Axel.
Hey, you think Curtis Axel's going to win?
I'd give you Sandow
Back
for
up
Antonio
your words.
Cesaro.
You'll take Cesaro and I'll take Sandow?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, cool.
Give me Damian Sandow. I'll take you could take Antonio Cesaro.
Can I go
Damn
now?
it, Steven, I was fixing something there. Go ahead, True.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and drop Christian, pick up Kofi Kingston now.
Okay.
A lot of changes happening for this pay-per-view.
I
now.
don't even know what my fucking team is anymore at this point. I know I've got.
Does anyone want to trade for Curtis Axel?
Yeah, I'll give you Roman Reigns. Just kidding, of course.
It's a done deal.
What do you mean? He's still second in points. That's the thing. He still has value.
So I got Shane.
It's always possible they're going to repackage him. I mean, if you want to take that chance.
I've got Sheamus, Cesaro, Goldust, and Kane. I don't know who my fifth man is.
I don't know either.
Santino Marella.
Fuck up, it's no way it's Santino.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, yeah, I did pick Santino because I thought he was going to get some.
Luke Harper.
Yeah, I thought he'd get some goofy wins.
That pisses me off still because I remember the team I had at first, and then we gave me Jester's team. I had a winning team. I had both. I had the freaking not El Torito.
All
the
right,
Los
we're
Matadores.
getting way off here. Does
we're
anybody
not.
want to trade for Curtis Axel?
Tony, take swap out Miz for Curtis Axel.
Nope, I'm not swapping anybody unless somebody wants to give me John Cena or Roman Reigns or not Del Rio.
I'm tempted to give Sandow for Curtis Axel, but I don't think it's going to pay off in the long run. I don't think you take it.
You don't have Sandow anymore.
You have
Santino.
Cesaro.
I'll trade Cesaro for Curtis Axel.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Well, in that case, then I will be subbing Curtis Axel for The Undertaker.
I thought you couldn't do that until he came.
No, he's on the roster.
All right.
No one took the
managed those
Undertaker?
rules a long ass time ago.
I'm just brain dead.
So wait, you
Was
just
that
dropped Curtis Axel?
I did.
Okay, I'm gonna drop Wade Barrett for Curtis Axel now.
Why don't you pick up Tyson Kidd? Or is he taken?
Because I have Tyson Kidd.
Yeah,
Oh.
he already did that. Like there's like 10 people wanted to pick up, but I forgot to go to. I fell asleep for like the past couple weeks. Otherwise, I would have picked them up by now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get points every time David Otunga sips coffee?
I wish.
I wish he'd actually wrestle.
All right, we did like 100 subs here. Is there anything else anybody wants to do?
Oh yeah, just letting everyone know. Randy Orton is on the trade block. If anyone's interested.
I'll
Randy
trade you
Orton?
Fandango for Randy Orton.
I'll give you-
It's tempting, but I think I'm gonna have to pass for now.
I'll give you.
I'll give you Ryback.
Ooh.
I'll
Gosh.
give you Santino.
Okay, guys, let's move on.
All right, so I think these teams are locked right now, right?
I think we're in a lock. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to what the hell all happened here. But yeah, complete change up before going into Survivor Series, and we're gonna be doing that shakeup. So we're gonna be seeing even more changes.
So the last thing that we have to talk about this episode is, of course, the plugs. And for everybody who already watched Rest Hold part, I'm not going to backtrack and do all mine, but Sign Me Up Initiative, fanboysanonymous.com, Stitcher, iTunes, everything going on with that. You can check it out, a Mango Tree, and all the other Twitter accounts and Facebook accounts and all that other kind of stuff. You guys know the deal by now. So I'm just going to pass it along and go with Sean Walker.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, it's 6:15, so I'm just gonna speed through mine. My Twitter is Shaughnessy2K37. My YouTube is Shaughnessy1989. So yeah, check me out.
Drew?
Oh man, if you want to see the Drew Crew more, then go to Twitter and follow us at Max and Drew Show, where you can see the Drew Crew at its finest, and it's at #DrewIVerified as well. So yep, go me.
Whoa, that was real plugs. Drew had real plugs.
Steven Wago.
Sorry, my fucking computer fried. So, if you're a fan of mixed martial arts, I'm doing a show over on Dream Elite Radio, 8 p.m. every Tuesday, which is Unanimous Decision MMA. We're talking about a couple of the cards that are coming up. There's nothing too spectacular other than the Weidman vs. Silver card at the end of the year. If you're a big anime fan, like us on Facebook at Addicted to Anime, and we're going to be doing a monthly show on that.
Miguel?
I'm going to be plugging a little bit more this week because my buddy Michael Burhan's not here, so let me just get my plugs out of the way. Fanboysanonymous.com, 90s Kid Presents is my blog. I just put up my part 2 of my top 16 greatest games of the late 90s. I just need to actually fix some few things and finally upload it, so hopefully I'll be able to take care of that within the next few days. Burhan's plugs. I Got Gameplay, his show on Mega Powers Radio on blogtalkradio.com. Tomorrow's episode, I believe, is going to be... I have no idea, but I'm sure it's going to be a great episode. Check it out, 8 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday. Nerdgenius.com. Check out Michael Burhan's YouTube page, which I believe is Nerd Genius as well. Check out This Job for Hire, which is his show that he stars in, and I've written a few episodes, so hopefully those will be up soon. And that's pretty much it, I believe.
And Peyton?
KeepingKayfabe.com is my wrestling website. It's mostly focused on retro wrestling, times in the past when wrestling was just all about fun and not about, oh, this guy's work rate has to be this much. No, it's just fans getting together, talking about how cool guys used to be and how things were larger than life and cool memories and maybe laughing at some things that were dumb too. But KeepingKayfabe.com will also have the podcast relaunching soon as well. So lots of good times. Also, listen to everything that we got going on at megapowersradio.com, www.megapowersradio.com. Also on Facebook and YouTube, just by searching for Mega Powers Radio. Cool stuff going on almost every single night, that is, except for Thursdays and Fridays, which are now open on the station, and we are recruiting. So if you out there have a podcast or a new show you may even be considering starting up, please email me at mike.payton@megapowersradio.com. Tell me about what you got, and let's see if we can make business together. That's Mike, Payden, Paden, @megapowersradio.com.
You looking for somebody to take over Keeping Kayfabe?
No, Keeping Kayfabe is going on. It's just not going to be live anymore.
Oh, okay, all right. I was just wondering because I usually have my Thursdays open.
All right, guys, that's going to knock us out for episode 107. Coming up next week, we're going to review Survivor Series. We're also going to have the hot tags. I apologize for that little error that we had earlier. We're going to do all the other things that we normally do, the Ask Him and so on and so forth. Make sure that you check out the Survivor Series live coverage on smarkoutmoment.com, and you can chat alongside it with a little chat that's on the sidebar off to the right. Pay attention to everything coming your way with Smark Out Moment. A lot is going to be happening in the future. We will see you next time. This has been another Smark Out Moment, and we're being counted. people over there, outro. If you feel me, stand up and say outro, 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 outro. You can end the show, or you can keep it going. You better just end the show, or you'll hear me sing some more. Outro, 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 outro.